Darrell Bruce during the recent heavy rains. Each was given the SAR life-saving medal and certificate. Around 7 p.m. on the evening of February 13th, 2020, a neighbor called Greenhaven Cattle Farm, notifying them that cattle were out of the property. Nothing could be accomplished in the dark, so a plan was set in motion for the next morning. The recent rains had swollen the streams and creeks and made them look like rivers. The cowboys at Greenhaven were called in and instructed to get the cattle back onto the property. They had ridden their horses through the wooded area along Bruton Creek before. Today was different. The small stream was near 800 feet wide and a raging torrent of water. It was necessary for the 3 men to cross the stream to get to the cattle. After riding into the water, the familiar landmarks were not in sight. The lead horse stopped and refused to continue moving. The second was encouraged to move past the first, not knowing that the water was much deeper just inches in front of them. As the second horse passed the first, the horse and the rider disappeared in the water. Being a steady rain that day, the cowboys had on rain suits. After falling into the water, the suit began to fill with water. The horse and rider were swept away in an instant. Seeing this happen to a co-worker was shocking. The cowboys realized the problem and created a solution in the blink of an eye. One of the cowboys tied 2 ropes together and threw it into the rushing water to the cowboy, who was desperately holding on to the branches of a tree. When the ropes came to him, he tied the rope around his body and was pulled from his watery grave. Meanwhile, the third was concentrating on saving the horse. He was able to go downstream to a point where he could help the horse escape the raging creek. The water was very cold, and getting back to their truck for dry clothes was 30 minutes away. Everyone worked together to get the cowboy to safety and warm him up. His body temperature had dropped to the point that his complexion was blue. Hypothermia was scary to everyone, but he was alive. Not realizing that the land had washed away in the creek almost cost the life of one, Darrell Bruce, and his rescue endangered the lives of 2 others. These men, Manuel Zavala and Michael Stanfield, did not have time to talk about a rescue plan. All that mattered was to save Darrell and do it now. Thanks to good instincts and correct actions, we can all look ahead to another day.
Manuel and Michael, the sons of the American Revolution, would like to give you this, and Sandy, if you would read what this medal is for.
In recognition of outstanding bravery and self-sacrifice in the face of imminent danger, thus exemplifying the high ideals and principles which motivated and sustained our patriot ancestors.
In SAR, we have a merchandise house, and we ordered the certificates and medals, and were assured that we could get them promptly, but I asked that they be engraved with the men's name and date, which I didn't realize would take 2 to 3 more weeks. So we missed getting them, but we've got a simulation of what the medals will look like. As soon as they come in, I will get them to you. We appreciate what you men have done.